welcome to CFC Fan TV. I'm joined by Charlie, the wonderful Hurricane Skillen. How are you, Charles?
I'm very well. How are you?
Good. I feel like I need a new entrance for you.
Yeah, you mix it up.
Maybe Fantastic Charles.
Comment
below.
Your hair is very nice, don't you?
Well, thank you. Yes, it is very new. A little bit too blonde in the front, but
let us know below.
Yes, let us know what you think about it. But apparently, blondes have a bit more fun.
Blondes have more fun.
They do. I'm not really taken seriously when I'm blonde, but you know, still so. How rude.
Let's go time.
How rude.
Get on with the
Anyway, let's
thing.
Proceed.
What are we talking about?
Yeah, of course. I mean, we've had an international break, haven't we? That's been...
Oh, it's been so boring.
Boring, dull. I feel like life stops when the international break's on, to be fair.
I know.
That proves how much we love
It feels
Chelsea.
like international month, doesn't it?
Yeah, it just goes on for... I think they need to make it 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
And that's it. How long is it? It's only a
football.
Only 90-minute game of football, you know, come on. Okay, right, let's kick it off then. Okay, this one does not fill me with joy. Hazard to Real Madrid.
Yeah, well, look, it's a story that's been doing the rounds for a couple of days. It was front page of Marca, the Madrid Daily this week, and it's going to be a situation that goes on all summer. As it stands, I think he stays at Chelsea, and I want everyone to like kind of make that clear. I don't want people to think that I'm selling Hazard to Real Madrid or anything. But there's noises coming out of Madrid are that they're very, very keen for Hazard. They want to play him at the tip of a diamond behind Bale and one of Benzema and Ronaldo. Florentino Perez, the Real Madrid president, is up for election, and while he's going to win, they haven't made like a Galactico signing for a while. Hazard is one of those that, you know, he's one of the only names that would be a kind of acceptable, huge name for Real Madrid to sign.
You can obviously see why Real Madrid would want him, and I mean he is the sort of player that would attract those clubs for sure.
Yeah, of course.
And you see the likes of Gareth Bale and everyone, they all trek over there. And Hazard's definitely up there with the best of the best. But I do feel like at Chelsea he has the opportunity to create a legacy if he wants to.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we know that Hazard is a huge fan of Zidane. We know that he's always admired Real Madrid.
That's what I mean.
And what's being reported in Marca is that Chelsea have an agreement that if Real Madrid were to come in, they'd sort of discuss it. Now, that's what Marca reported, and that's the noises coming out of Madrid. Everything we're hearing out of Chelsea suggests that Hazard is categorically not for sale. Chelsea are eager to sign him to another new contract. I mean, he's still got years to run on this one, and he's the club's best paid player. But, Chelsea can't be seen to be losing their kind of jewel in their crown, which Eden Hazard undoubtedly is. We're going into a Champions League year. It almost doesn't become about money because, I mean, how you could get 300 million for him, and everyone would go, wow, that's incredible. But who do you get in? I mean, for me, the only situation in which it becomes even slightly sort of palatable for Chelsea fans is if you get Griezmann in, but Griezmann isn't the same.
Not really
player.
the same. No.
It's not the same. And
I think all we need to feel. I think the only thing missing for me with Hazard is his heart and soul in our football club. That is the big question mark, really.
I think it is, and I don't think he gets enough credit really for.
Yeah.
People. I mean, the season before this one, everyone knows he had a shocker, but you watch the games, he gets kicked to bits every single game, and he is our one player, attacking wise anyway, that can really just do something out of nothing. I think you saw the West Ham game, had a pretty ropey first half, and he just scored an incredible individual goal, and from then it was Chelsea's game. But having said that, it is going to be a story that rumbles on and on through the summer. Hopefully,
I love it how Charlie just said, I don't know if you saw the game at West Ham. Me and Charlie met at West Ham, the West Ham game.
We did, I know.
We had a drink, did a vlog.
Yeah.
Ring any bells?
No.
Anyway, but hopefully it's the hope is that he's staying, yeah?
Well, look, I mean, and as we discussed last week with Rory, Real Madrid are very keen for Courtois as well, so
just leave us alone.
Yeah,
we know
it's
we're
going to be
amazing,
it's going to be a bit of
you cannot take all our players.
I think for me those are two of our outstanding world class players, and they can't be allowed to leave the club.
Nah, well, definitely not both at the same time anymore. Jesus. Okay, on to number 2. I like this word. Bakayoko. Bakayoko.
Well, it's
obviously not a word. It's a person.
Yeah.
A player, in fact. So talk to me.
So he's been part of this very successful Monaco side this year. He scored the winner against Manchester City in the Champions League. He's a very kind of tall, combative midfielder, but he's got great kind of technique as well. Now, lots of of reports in the foreign press are saying this deal is already done. I don't think it's that close yet, but he's certainly one of Chelsea's top transfer targets for the summer. We've reported for weeks and weeks and weeks that Chelsea will be signing a central midfielder, whether that's at the expense of Nemanja Matic or Cesc Fabregas. I think time will tell, but certainly Bakayoko is going to be one of Chelsea's top targets, and I think he would complement Kante very well.
Yeah, he definitely would, but I don't think there's any need to get rid of a player like Fabregas. I would rather myself lose Matic than him.
Yeah.
However, like I say, even there's nothing wrong with our team at the moment, but every season you cannot go into next season having your current squad.
Well, I mean, look,
you can't do that. It doesn't work.
You can't do that anyway, and especially we're going to be fighting on a European front as well. So the squad as it stands, in my opinion, is absolutely nowhere near ready to compete. If put it this way, if we were sitting here now with the current squad and Chelsea had Champions League quarter-finals coming up 3 days before a vital league game, this squad as it stands is in no way prepared to deal with that, because
we need to get some reinforcements.
We play a 3-4-3. We haven't got any replacements for the two wide men.
But do you know who I'm looking for? Yeah. I'm looking for, when we signed William, when we signed... who else am I thinking? Well, William's a perfect example. He wasn't the most well-known player, was he? I mean, he was decent and everything like that, but we've created... Exactly, oh yeah. Oops. But no, we got him, we've made him, I feel, a much, much better player, and he's become a very desired player as well.
Yeah.
So...
Yeah, of course, but, I see what you're saying about Matic, and I think Bakayoko and Matic would be certainly more similar players than Bakayoko and Fabregas. I tend to think that Fabregas won't be at Chelsea next year.
That would upset me.
Not through any great knowledge that I have that he's definitely going to AC Milan or whatever, but just player of his undoubted talent, player at his stage of his career, needs to be playing football.
That saddens me though, because I feel like I owe Fabregas a little apology really, because I've actually been quite critical of him in the past when he hasn't played well.
Some like you.
Yeah, second half of the season or whatever. But I feel like him being on the bench has made him a much better player for Chelsea. He's much more consistent, and he's affected in a good way every single game we've had. So
every time he comes on at the minute, he changes the course of the game.
He does, of course.
Which is obviously such a valuable asset to Chelsea, but it is Fabregas needs to be getting the game time as well. No player is going to be happy coming on for 7 minutes here and there.
Definitely not.
Change the course of the game, which is what he's doing at the minute.
Yeah. All right then. On to the next. Now this one really, really hurts me. Please tell me Zuma's not going to leave on loan, because I love him. It might be good for his career, but please don't go.
I can't tell you that. He spoke to French TV this week and said that while he's really, really happy at Chelsea, there's a World Cup obviously after next season. He needs to be in the France squad for that World Cup. If it doesn't look like he's going to be playing first team football at Chelsea, he will leave on loan, and he will want to leave on loan. And he had a terrible injury, and obviously that took a lot of time to come back, especially for the type of player he is as well.
It's sad, isn't it? Even an injury, he was doing absolutely nothing wrong before, but it's sort of
he was playing well before.
Even if you're the top player of the team and you get injured, you can't just slide your way back in straight away. It depends on how the team play.
The facts are that the sort of player he is an explosive player that relies on pace and power, and a lot of that comes from the knees, and that's obviously what he injured. He is not some Franz Beckenbauer, technically gifted David Luiz defender in the slightest. And then he's come back into a situation where John Terry can't get anywhere near the side. Ivanovic was basically sold because he couldn't get inside and had opportunities elsewhere. The three defenders, Azpilicueta, Luiz and Cahill,
are solid. So what can you do?
You could make a case for any of them being player of the year. You're going to have Christensen coming back. I undoubtedly see Chelsea sign another centre half. So if the opportunities aren't there for him, then I think he will go on loan, and he's said as such. But also he did say, how happy he is at Chelsea and how much he enjoyed being at Chelsea, and the fact that he was even talking about loans rather than a permanent deal is obviously a good thing.
It's not too bad, I suppose.
He's still very young, Zuma. He's still really young. We're not coming to even the midpoint of his career.
Yeah, it's one of those situations, isn't it, where an injury can obviously affect a player's career massively.
Of course, yeah.
And it would take him a while to come back from it. Maybe in the summer though, like I said, there's no saying that our back three are going to be as consistent as they are this season, next season. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
In number 4, Now, no idea what this is. Billy Gilmore.
Billy Gilmore. Now, this is just a little one at the end. Billy Gilmore is a 15-year-old kid who plays for Rangers, already training with the first team. But every single big club in Britain is looking at him. They've been watching his games, they've been watching him training. And when he hits 16, he can pretty much move anywhere for a big compensation fee. It looks like news coming out this week, I think Monday. Looks like that Chelsea have won that race, so that's exciting. Obviously one for the future. I don't think we'll be seeing Billy Gilmore.
Not for a few years.
Yeah.
Well, you never know. Hits 18 and maybe he'll be flown across the first team.
Maybe we'll see. But
It'll be very, very, very rare.
Yeah.
But we can hope. All right. Well, that's some good news, isn't it?
That's right.
Yeah. So at least we know in the next 5 years we've got a chance of great things.
I know, a Scottish player as well. We haven't had a good Scottish player since Pat Nevin.
Yeah, I quite like Pat Nevin. I met him in a bar I used to work in once. He's a good bloke. Very friendly.
He's
very,
good
very friendly, yeah.
Very good taste in music, Pat Nevin.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah. He's a DJ.
Well, he's a blue, so, that's likely. All right then, that's all we have time for this week, guys. What else would you like to know? Would you
John Spencer, sorry, another great Scottish player. Carry on.
I'm doing my outro and it's completely interesting.
Sorry.
But,
sorry.
Yes, don't worry. Anyway, yes, we'll talk about that next week, shall we? Anyway, comment below. Would you like Zuma to go on loan? Who would you like to sign in the summer? Would you be interested in Bakayoko? Cool name, but does he have some skills? Anyway, and that's all for us. See you soon.